So fall webworm is an important defoliating insect in the sense that it's common and we see it. It doesn't really cause significant economic damage typically unless we're talking about certain horticultural crops and sometimes ornamental trees. You know, you can have some damage perhaps. But because it occurs so late in the season, you know, usually most of the growth has already occurred on these trees, and so the damage is usually minimal. But anyway, this is caused by actually a type of moth, even though it's called webworm. It's actually a type of moth, so it's a Lepidoptera species, and so this species, Hyphanthria cunea, is it's native, and what you're seeing is actually generally is what you would see is the larval stage, which it produces. It's literally a caterpillar, has different stages, and it produces large amounts of webbing in late in the summer or early fall. It produces these masses of webbing material near where these larvae are feeding, and they will do a lot of defoliation on the ends of branches, and so it produces this webbing material which actually helps protect the developing larvae. So that silky material, sort of provides a place for protection, a place for them to sort of hang out and protects them and everything. And it helps protect them from predators and birds and things like that. And so we see this, it's easy to see this from a distance. You can see this driving down the road. And you'll see often multiple clumps of this all over the ends of branches of trees. And there's a lot of different species that you'll see this on. So whereas the similar species and similar types of tent caterpillars, like for example eastern tent caterpillar, which is similar but occurs in the spring, is mostly associated with rose family members. This one actually has a wider host range. This one you can find this on. I've seen this on everything from hickories to even bald cypress. I mean, this can occur on many different host species. And sometimes you'll see it on black cherry. Sometimes, very common, you'll see this on pecan. Lots of different hosts. So what you're going to look for, I mean, if you actually want to, if you're looking at the actual insect itself, you'll see the caterpillars that are, sort of this yellowish tan color with these two lines of black dots along the back, and they have a black head and like these long hairs or setae along the body. And then the moth itself, you have to kind of catch it at the right time. A lot of people don't actually know what they're looking for or notice it, but it has kind of this characteristic adult form with the moth, which you can see there. But really what you typically see though is these masses of webbing and chewed up leaf material, and then the frass associated with it. Sometimes you'll see the leaf petioles because they tend to not eat the actual petioles, so those will sort of be attached. And of course the leaves have all been eaten off, and they tend to go to the tips of the branches, so the rest of the leaves will still be on the tree, but the tips will be chewed away. So that's basically what you're going to look for. And again, this is in the fall, late summer, early fall, so you won't see this at other times of the year. And as you go into the winter, as the other leaves are falling off the tree, the webbing and this material might still be present. So you might see this even after the rest of the tree has lost its leaves. So this only is, again, in most of the time when you're going to see this is going to be late in the season. And as the winter goes on, this will fall away, and then you won't see this in the early spring or through early summer even. You won't see this. So that is the fall weather.